I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich, throw that to the side. I get those goosebumps every time.
So we just finished up doing a little bit of back training, and I just wanted to talk for a minute about why we train the way we train. Most people, myself included, you just kind of go to the gym, you do whatever, you do some random bodybuilder split, hitting one body part one time a week every 6 or 7 days. You look the same every year, you never really improve after you're a beginner. So we're just going to talk for a minute about how and why we train the way we do, and we'll go into more detail on a later video. So I first want to say, I went to school for exercise physiology, got my degree in athletic training, certified athletic trainer, but a lot of the ideas I follow are from Dr. Mike Israetel, one of the smartest guys I think in health and fitness. Link in the description, so check him out. So a lot of the terms I use are from him, so don't want to come off like I'm stealing anything. So what I used to do is I hit one body part each day, spread throughout 6 or 7 days, do 20 sets for every body part, and just kind of did that over and over. Now I work in more or less 5-6 week mesocycles, and the basic principle is this. Generally speaking, you have a volume up here of work where it's the top. You really can't do any more. If you do more than that, you're not really going to be functional. Here and there you can overreach and get up here. Maybe that's 20 sets for back, 25 sets for back. It's a little bit different for everybody. I'll go over kind of my recommendations in another video. So let's say you have that threshold up here where you really can't function on that level. And then you have a volume of work down here that sort of keeps you where you are, or you're just crawling to progress, that very minimum sort of threshold of work you need on a body part. So what I tend to do is work in these mesocycles, starting down here, working my way up, and then back down, and then up, and then back down. And then you constantly see yourself getting stronger, building muscle, and progressing. You also don't get run down. You see the same people in the gym over and over. They do 20 sets for chest on Monday, 20 sets for back on Tuesday, 20 sets for arms on Wednesday, 20 sets for shoulders on Thursday, and so on. So this is kind of a way to keep yourself in check. Yes, it's hard to get to those low volume. Most people want to do more work, so you have to keep that in check. I measure myself by the amount of working sets. So that's really anything that is not complete and utter concentric failure, but it's a hard set that you got something out of. Not counting, warm-ups and things like that. So it's a set you really got something hard from. So right now, for instance, doing 11 working sets for back per week, hitting it 2 times a week. Most muscle groups, and we'll have a whole video on this, can be hit directly much more than once a week. In fact, it's completely inefficient hitting them 1 time a week, especially if you're natural. A lot of body parts at least 2 times, 3, sometimes 4 times a week. That doesn't mean 20 sets for 2, 3, 4 times a week. You have to spread out the volume during the week. So these are all segments we'll do down the road, but that's sort of the basic premise of how I train today. I really only filmed the last set of T-bar rows today. We did today on sort of the first workout day of the week. We do a couple sets of working sets for hamstrings. I do hamstrings, back, and bi. So a couple working sets for hamstrings. Today we did 9 working sets for back and 3 working sets for biceps. So then tomorrow we'll have chest, shoulders, triceps. Then we do quads and hamstrings, and then finish with sort of an upper body type of day. Really the only thing I'm not hitting hard at least twice a week are quads, and I just can't really fit it in my schedule. So hit on a lot of major talking points in this that you could break down for hours, really. And I'm certainly, not the master of all this stuff, but it's what I've really found to help, move forward and constantly progress. Being one of those guys in the gym, we'll have a whole segment on the sort of bro split, and every 20-year-old in America who weighs 180 pounds is doing the same thing over and over, and they always look the same. So we'll talk more about that. Like I said, really just kind of filmed the T-bar rows today. We did some lat pull downs, T-bar rows, some deadlifts, nothing extraordinary today or anything. We'll also have a couple other training videos coming up. I'll do at least 1 segment a week of sort of informative type thing. And then every Saturday we will have an eating challenge of some sort or cheat meal. So look forward to that coming next Saturday. I have a few things in mind of what we're going to do. We're going to start off a little bit easy and move on from there. So thanks for watching the video. The editing should keep improving, so sorry if it's a little rough in the beginning. Hang in there, and we'll have some cool stuff. Thanks. Okay, welcome to the post-training meal, as well as the first meal after our massive cheat meal last night. So what do we do? What do we do the day after either a cheat day or a cheat meal? A lot of people don't realize this, but a lot of times the day after that cheat day or cheat meal, you want more bad food. It just triggers something. Your stomach might be full, but you want more bad food. So the first rule is do not starve yourself. Don't try to fast all day or do anything like that, or you'll lose your mind and you'll end up having another cheat meal. With that said, if you're someone that eats a lot of meals, if you skip your first meal or wait a little bit longer, eat a little bit less, I think that's perfectly fine also. So right now it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the day after our big cheat meal, and I have not had a single meal yet. So this is post-back training, so no pre-workout meal, nothing, but you know, after a huge cheat meal like that, you have plenty of food in you to keep you, you know, fueled and all of that. There's no concern about anything like that. So what we're doing is this. I don't know if you can see this. There's the meal here. What we're going to do is we're eating, we have enough chicken for about 50 grams of protein, 1 whole tomato sliced, about 3/4 of a cucumber, 15 baby carrots, and maybe 1.5 cups of raw broccoli. Of course, diet root beer also. So that's what I'm going to eat. A lot of times I won't really eat carbs or anything. I'm a little bloated the day after a cheat meal, so I pretty much stick to protein and a ton of vegetables. One thing I'll say that's helped me with eating, you know, competitive eating, things like that is, you know, you have to increase stomach volume, and eating a ton of vegetables can do that with very low calorie. This meal as a whole is probably only a few hundred calories, but a ton of food volume to take in. As for the cheat meal last night, you'll start seeing those. Hopefully those will be fun, get into some cool little eating challenges. Last night was 2 triple bacon cheeseburgers from Five Guys, a Five Guys grilled cheese sandwich, which I would strongly suggest, fries, a dozen donuts, a couple ice cream sundaes, some candy. I didn't really keep track of calories or anything. Just kind of went crazy with it. So I'm going to eat this meal now. What I'll do the rest of the day is I'll probably have another meal around 6, and then another small meal before bed, and probably only eat around 1,500 calories the day after a cheat meal. Not trying to starve myself, not trying to just not eat all day, but just being sensible about it and what I eat. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this meal, and thanks for watching.